Greetings sir, we are from Group 1 and today we will be presenting our group assignment based on two general insurance companies, namely Great Eastern General Insurance as well as AIG Insurance Malaysia. Let's proceed.
Good day, Doctor. We are from Group 1 and my name is Teo Vanji with a metric number 261633. As we all know, insurance is a policy or a contract between an insurer and a policyholder. Thus, insurer, also known as insurance company, which provide protection and coverage to the policyholder in exchange for the premium. In our group study, we have picked two insurance companies and focus on their general insurance product, which are Great Eastern Life Assurance and American International Group, AIG. Let's focus on Great Eastern Life Assurance. Great Eastern was established in 1908 and has been serving in Malaysia since 1954. It is the largest and oldest insurance company in Singapore and Malaysia. With its stunning performance, Great Eastern has ranked as top 5 in Malaysia insurance industry. Let's take a look on AIG. AIG was established in 1919 and has been serving in Malaysia market for 68 years. The company owns a very wide range of network in and out Malaysia and having 15 offices nationwide. Even though both insurance company provides a wide range of product to the market and actively involve themselves in CSR by contributing to the society, but their financial strengths and company performance will be analyzed and rated in our studies.
AM Best Ratings, one of the best insurance company rating agency, is founded in 1899 by Alfred Houghton Best in the United States of America. Its headquarters is located in New York City, United States of America until now. One of its most remarkable success of this company is it expanded its business operations to more than 100 countries worldwide within several decades. The purpose of AM Best Ratings to exist in this world is to strengthen the overall financial condition and the overall operating performance in the insurance industry. There are two main services provided by this company. Firstly is to provide credit rating based on the financial data provided by the customers. Then secondly is to provide information services. The information services provided to the client basically is to provide consultancy services to explain the current scenario of the company and explain about the ways on how to deal with the risks that may happen inside the insurance company. Besides that, there are other services provided by AM Best Ratings such as underwriting, loss control, and claims resources as well. And because of all these professional services provided by AM Best Ratings so far, AM Best Ratings had received several recognitions over the past 10 years. And one of its most remarkable success, or one of the most remarkable recognitions that being received, is being regarded as the best ratings agency under Reactions Global Award in 2018. The only insurance company rating methodology that we use in this study is the AM Best Ratings Financial Strength Ratings. These financial strength ratings we use to rate on 4 different ratios of the 2 selected companies in our study. Firstly, profitability ratio. Secondly is liquidity ratio. Third, leverage ratios. And last but not least, underwriting ratios. So there are 7 grades that are being listed out, where A+ is superior until D is being regarded as poor performance.
As we can see in the table above, Great Eastern General Insurance has a better profitability ratios compared to AIG General Insurance. This is because AIG General Insurance has a huge increment in all the profitability ratios in the year 2018 as compared to 2017. However, it drastically decreased in the year 2019, which shows AIG General Insurance poor profitability management. Next, we're going to look into two most important ratios under the profitability ratios, which is return on equity and also net profit margin. Return on equity shows how much profit a company earned in comparison in the total amount of stockholders' equity. Meanwhile, net profit margin shows how much each dollar in revenue collected by a company translates into profit. Therefore, in the same 3 years, which is from 2017 to 2019, Great Eastern General Insurance has a significant increase in both ratios in each and every year. Whereas AIG General Insurance has a drastic increase in 2018 as compared to 2017, which shows a positive sign, but it decreased drastically as well in the year 2019. This could happen because of excessive operating costs or inadequate revenue. In a nutshell, we can conclude that Great Eastern General Insurance has a better performance in profitability compared to AIG General Insurance. Thank you.
There are two liquidity ratios mentioned here. Firstly, net working capital to sales ratio, and secondly, current ratio. Blue color represents Great Eastern General Insurance Malaysia Berhad, where orange color represents AIG Malaysia Insurance Berhad. By looking at the first graph, the net working capital to sales ratio, this indicates that Great Eastern has a better performance compared to AIG in 2017 and 2019. This shows that Great Eastern has enough working capital to support its net sales revenue, where this may cause Great Eastern no need to borrow so much debts in order to support its net sales revenue resulted from the sales of the insurance policy in the market. However, for AIG in 2018, it is recorded at a value of negative 7.07, which indicates that AIG has insufficient funds to continue to support the sales revenue. Thus, this may force AIG to borrow even more short-term debts in order to meet the sales revenue. Secondly is the current ratio. As we can see in this graph, this indicates that Great Eastern General Insurance Malaysia Berhad has a better current ratio performance than AIG Malaysia Insurance Berhad from 2017 to 2019, where this indicates that Great Eastern has enough current assets to cover up the short-term obligations so far from 2017 to 2019 as compared to AIG.
In this part, I will talk about leverage ratio. This ratio is used to measure a company's operating expenses to understand how the changes in output will affect the operating income of a company. The only ratio used in this part is the debt to equity ratio. This ratio helps to compare the company's total liabilities to its shareholder equity, and it is used to evaluate how much leverage a company is using. As we can see from the graph, we can conclude that Great Eastern has a higher debt to equity ratio, and this means that Great Eastern is actually facing a higher leverage of risk as compared to AIG, which has a lower debt to equity ratio. And the lower debt to equity ratio shows that the company is using lesser debts to finance the company operations.
In this part, I will explain the underwriting ratio. The underwriting ratio is the ratio they use to determine the fees allocation in the company. The fees allocation will be focused in the underwriting ratios is such as the commission to the insurance agent and insurance broker, tax, salaries, operating expenses, etc. The first underwriting ratio is the loss ratio. Loss ratio is one of the common ratio they use in the insurance industry to test the effectiveness of the company's insurance policy. In this chart, Great Eastern has a higher loss ratio in 3 years that indicate that this company might suffer in the financial distress due to the high loss of premium. Next is the expense ratio. Expense ratio is the ratio that used to measure the operating funds and management expenses that paid by the investor in each year and how the company effective to use it. For this ratio, AIG company has a higher expense ratio compared to the Great Eastern. These higher ratios can consider as a bad expense ratio because the fund might shrink and it will easily suffer in the liquidity risk. And the last part is the combined ratio, which is the sum of the expense ratio and the loss ratio. This ratio will be used to determine the profitability of an insurance company in daily operations. According to this chart, Great Eastern has a higher combined ratio since year 2017. This is an unfavorable figure because this company is paying out large amount of claims and receive less premium, which show that this company is hard to earn profit in underwriting.
Our group had used best credit rating to assign a rating for the selected insurance company. There are 5 factors to consider when assigning the rating, namely balance sheet strength, operating performance, business profile, enterprise risk management, and comprehensive adjustment. On the first factor, measure the balance sheet strength according to the lead rating unit and the holding company. Based on the research, the balance sheet strength of Great Eastern is strong, while AIG is adequate. When we compare the balance sheet strength result with the country risk, the initial rating of Great Eastern is BBB negative, while AIG is BB. Rating had been adjusted in operating performance factor. Underwriting performance for both companies is very strong. Great Eastern has stronger investment performance compared to AIG. Overall, rating of both companies up to BBB plus for Great Eastern and BB plus for AIG. In the next factor, Great Eastern has a favorable business profile in overall, while AIG has a neutral business profile in overall. Great Eastern has a new rating of A negative, while AIG remains its rating as BB+. When measuring the enterprise risk management, both company has appropriate risk management framework and has the ability to deal with the risk. Rating of both company remain constant as A negative and BB+ respectively. Last but not least, we had do comprehensive adjustment on the rating. Found that both company has uncommon strengths that exist but has been captured throughout the rating process. Hence, Great Eastern, your rating is A, while AIG is BBB negative. Thank you.
As a conclusion, Great Eastern has a better profitability and liquidity ratio, meanwhile AIG company has a better leverage ratio and underwriting ratio. Based on the credit ratings point of view, Great Eastern shows a better credit rating as compared to AIG company. The Great Eastern company actually shows a better ability to pay back the policyholder claims, where the solvency and the financial strength of the company based on the 3 years are good. So we possibly predict that the company is able to meet their financial obligations in the future despite of knowing that the credit ratings will not guarantee anything. That is from us, presented by Group 1. Thank you for watching.